We are back with Tom TEELEY here in the studios. This is the album Tales of Glamour and Distress, a very dramatic. Now, what is this right here, glamour or distress that
What,
we're
there?
seeing?
I don't know, it looks like distress.
You recorded the album, I was talking about it a little earlier, in kind of an unusual location. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. Well, we decided to do it in a mobile truck, which is basically the control room on wheels. And we parked it down on 15th Street, a club called Irving Plaza, which is a place that I've seen lots and lots of rock and roll shows. So it was very unique to be in that environment, in the bathroom, which I'd spent a few moments in years earlier, you know, different circumstances. But we did a lot of drums in there, mostly in the bathroom.
Wait, drums, you said? Yeah,
we did like snare drum overdubs. And we just made a lot of noise in there. It was a noisy room, and we did most of our stuff right in the bathroom there. But we decided that we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something very urban. And that really seemed to be the best way to capture that kind of New York energy.
How about the album title, Tales of Glamour and Distress? How did you come up with that?
Well, that's the title song, which is a song about soap operas and soap opera fanaticism and how it affects society and the different people who, you know, are around you and how people get caught up in it. And it's just a tongue-in-cheek kind of reference, a gentle little nudge at these programs.
Now, you played all the instruments for the most part on the album yourself, rather than bringing in other musicians.
Right.
Why did you do it that way?
Well, I had been in a series of bands, and I found that the control sort of gets lost when you have an idea and you have to describe it to somebody and you have to you know, work it out with somebody else, as opposed to the immediacy of myself just putting a part together, whether it's a bass part or a keyboard part. I kind of hear it in my head, and it's a much more immediate, more controlled situation for me. So I opted to do 98% of this album that way, and I just had a few people come in to do different things that I wasn't really capable of doing.
Now, what does this do if you decide to tour?
Well, that just means that, I guess at that point, which perhaps over the summer we might be doing something like that, I will just recruit some people, and then I will just go through that process of dealing with the parts and breaking the record apart and putting it back together again.
Well, we have got your video coming up in just a few minutes, but right here we're going to take a look at the Romantics and Talking in Your Sleep.
And that was Tom TEELEY and his fabulous Rocket and a Roman Candle.
You like that video?
Yes.
Like watching it?
I do. Even though I spent many a shivering moment making it.
A shivering moment?
Yes, it was very cold. It was about 10 degrees, something like that.
Tell me how you got all of the familiar faces we see in the video. And is it really Mayor Koch? No,
no. Unfortunately, he refused, and I was very disappointed, gravely disappointed. And just that week, I had seen a picture of him at some Broadway show with a bird on his head and a top hat, and I figured if he'll do that, he will certainly do my video, but I guess he was too busy. So we got a guy who looks a little more like Frank Perdue, but, you know, you don't see him that much. The illusion kind of works.
Did you really approach Mayor Koch?
Yes. Not me personally, but the people who were trying to cast this thing. Who wanted to have, you know, different faces and make it interesting.
And the others, Marshall Crenshaw and Larry Bud Melman.
Right. Larry Bud was very exciting for me, because I'm a big fan of his.
Well, how did you hook up with him?
Again, I had nothing to do with it. I said to those who were in charge, could we get Larry Bud? And they said, yeah, we got Larry Bud. And I was thoroughly excited. It was one of the most exciting times of my life since birth.
Really?
Yes.
You've obviously led a very exciting life. Tell me about Marshall Crenshaw and how you hooked up with him.
You know, we knew each other and we hung out. And so we've known each other, you know, for about 3 or 4 years. And I just called him up and said, what are you doing on Sunday morning at 6 a.m.?
That's what you didn't want to talk about Marshall? I thought you were going to get some, dirt. Yeah.
No, there's no dirt on Marshall. He's a great guy, very calm individual.
Well, Tom, we certainly wish you the best of luck on the album and a possible tour. Any more videos coming from the album?
I hope so. I'll let you know.
Please do.
I will.
I hope we'll be the first. So thank you very much.
Great.
And I'll see you later. We got more video happening. It's Friday night, so stay with us more after this.